Hi, how are you doing? In this video, we're going to have a revision on Microsoft Access queries. The exercise I'm going to answer will be posted on trimester 3, week 4 on Classera, okay? It's not an assignment, it's not graded, it's just a revision. Make sure to answer it before the quiz, inshallah. Our quiz will be Wednesday, 19th of May, okay? If you click here, you're gonna find the instructions of the assignment, or actually the queries we're going to answer. And here you're having the database itself, so just click download to have a copy of the database on your laptop. Double click the file. Before doing anything, make sure to enable the database. Here we have a database consisted of 3 tables: employee, location, and possession. As for the form and reports, we're gonna do them later on, so do not bother yourself with them. Just collapse them and leave them away. As for the tables, we're having employee, location, possession. Right click the employee table design. Okay, here we're having the SSN, or like the ID of the student, the employee, last name, first name, the hiring date, his salary, the gender, the performance, possession ID, and possession location. So as long as we're having the ID of the possession from the possession table and the ID from the location table, meaning there will be a relation between the employee, possession, and location. Move to the datasheet view. Here we have the information, the SSN, the last name, first name, hiring date, and so on. That for the employee. As for the location, okay, we're having the ID of the location of the city, the address, state, zip code, office, phone, meaning here the location of work, where does he work. As for the possession, okay, we're having the ID of the possession and the possession title, the education required, minimum salary and maximum salary, okay. Here for the required education, 4-year degrees, the possession here, accounting, representative, manager, trainee, regional manager, and so on. So those are the data we're going to use. So for the first requirement, you are asked to create a query from the employee table that will select all the fields or the columns for the employees. Sort the query in ascending order by last name. Okay, and then we're gonna have a hand. You can show all fields for a particular table, including the asterisk field in the design view. Okay, so step by step, we need to create a query depending on the employee table, and then we're going to display all the fields or all the information of employees in that table. Okay, so we're going to open our database. From create, I'm going to create a query design. As we said, we need the employee table. Okay, close. We need to display all of those information or all of those fields, so we're gonna click one by one. Okay, or you just drag and drop as you wish. Okay, and make sure to just double click once, as if you double click twice the field will be added 2 times. Okay, click run or datasheet view, both are okay. Then run. And here we have all the information related to the employees, the SSN, last name, first name, and so on. The second requirement will be displaying or like sorting the data using last name. We need to arrange them ascendingly by the last name. So back to we were here in the design in the data sheet view, back to the design view, and here we're having sort in front of last name, we're gonna select ascending, okay, ascending or descending, but this time we need it ascending. Run. They will be arranged ascendingly using last name and back to design view. This is one method. We're having a different method, which is adding them using the asterisk displayed here, and that was the hint given to you. So back to the database, we need to delete those fields to add them using the other method. So you can select the first one, okay, and delete, select and keep selecting and drag, delete, okay, click the asterisk here. If you need to sort now by last name, you cannot, okay. If we selected ascending and we click run, it will give you an error. Why? As we're going to arrange according to which field. Okay, احنا in last example we sorted according to last name. This time الفيلدز كلها in the same column, فهو مش عارف يعمل sorting according to what. we're gonna delete this one here and we're gonna add last name and do not show last name. يعني لو شلت التشيك دي مش هيطلع عندي last name، هيطلع عندي كل حاجة. لو سبتها، بصوا لو سايبين دي كده checked، اوكي، هيبقى عندي field تاني for last name. So just uncheck and from here select ascending. They will be arranged ascendingly using the last name. Use any of the two methods, both are correct. If you wish to just drag the whole fields and under the last name select ascending, this is okay. Close and save. Yes, it will be query 1. Back to Classera. The second requirement will be from the employee table, select only the first and last names and salary of all employees. So again, create query design, employee. This is too easy. Last name, first name and salary. Okay, is there any criteria or anything else? No, just the employee table, select only the first and last name and salary of all employee. Okay, هو in question 2 he's asking you to select certain fields. Okay, well, when I'm asking you to select certain fields, do not include extra columns or extra fields. Stick only to the required information. Run. Okay, so we're having the last name, the first name and salary. Close and we're gonna keep it as query 2. Okay, requirement 3, select employees who received a poor performance rating. In the result, show only first name, last name of the employees. So from create, query, employee, and he needs like the last name, first name and the performance. Okay, run. He need only the poor performance, so we need to filter the performance by poor. I just took a copy from the word poor. Okay, back to design here in the criteria and under the performance paste. Run. We're having only 3 employees who got poor in the performance. Close. Yes. Okay, it will be query 3. Okay, هو understanding the requirement will be will make the query creating so easy. 4, show the first name and last name only employees who received a good performance rating and they earn more than $50,000. Okay, so here we need the performance good for employees who got more than $50,000. Okay, so here create query design, employee. There is no need for location and possession. So we need the last name, the first name, the performance, and the salary. Run. We need the good. Okay, so under performance, in front of the criteria, we're gonna add good. Okay, and the gut. Click run to see what do we have after adding good into performance. Okay, those are employees who got good in the performance. We need to add another criteria for the salary. They got greater than $50,000. Run. Okay, those are who got greater than $50,000. Yes, we're gonna save it as query 4. Back to Classera. Requirement 5. From the employee table, select first, last, and performance rating of all employees who work at location 1. First of all, we're going to create a query in the design view. We need the employee table. Okay. Then we need the first name, the last name, and he needs, I guess, the location. And performance rating for all employees who work at location 1. So from here we need the performance as well and the location ID. If we click run, we're having first name, last name, all performance, and all locations. We need only location 1, so in the criteria we're gonna add 1. Run. We're having only 3 employees who were working in location 1. Yes, this is query 5. Okay, requirement 6. Select records for employees who have either Emily or Frank as their first name, so the first and last name of these employees. Show the first and last name of these employees. So we need Emily or Frank. Okay, remember the example of and or. Okay, and we're going to add the filters on both criterias, and if or, we're gonna add the criteria in front of the or field. So from create query design, employee. Okay, we need the last name, first name. Okay, last name and first name. Do we need anything else? Select records for employees who have either Emily or Frank as their first name. Show the last name, first name only. So we added only the first name and last name. Okay. In front of the criteria under the first name, we're gonna add Emily. I'm gonna take it as a copy. Okay, and paste. So this is the first criteria. If we click run, we're having 2 employees. Their first name is Emily. We need to know who else has the name Frank. Okay, Emily or Frank. We need to display Emily or Frank. So here in front of or, I'm gonna add Frank. Okay, run. Okay, we're having 2 with the name Emily and 1 with the name Frank. Yes, and that will be query number 6. In requirement 7, you are asked to select employees with the first name of Holly and they received a good performance. But in the same query, you need to select all employees who received an average performance rating. In that query, we're going to display the SSN, first name, last name. Okay, so step by step, we're going to create a query design. We need only the employee table. He said we need to display the SSN, last name, and first name. For the first criteria, we're having here the first name should be Holly and she got good. So here we're going to add a criteria, Holly, in front of the criteria under the first name. Okay, we didn't add the performance, so we're gonna add the performance. She got good. Okay, sorry, so I need to, she got good. Okay, and at the same time we need to display any other employee, okay, who got average. So he it's holy and good or average. So in front of or we're gonna add average. Okay, so holy and good or anyone with average regardless his name. Okay, so run. We're gonna have average for Patricia, Sandy, Emily, Mary, and as for Holly, good only. Okay, so this is the requirement number 7, and we're gonna click yes, and we're gonna name it query 7. Back to Classera to read requirement 8. Create a query that shows only the last and first name, location, city. Now we need the table location and possession title of employee who earn less than $50,000. Now we need the help of the location table to get the location city and the possession table to get the possession title. Step by step, we need to create a query and design employee, location, and possession. And as we said, they are connected in one-to-many relationship, as the ID here is related in the possession table, the ID related to the possession table, and the location ID related to the location table. Here he didn't say which fields do we need to display. Create a query that shows only the last and first. So we need only the last and first from the employee table, okay, with the location city here and the possession title for employee who earn less than $50,000. So back to the database, and from here salary. In front of the criteria and under the salary employee, we need who earn less than, yes, it's less than. So here we're gonna type less than, okay, $50,000. Okay, run. So we're having those employees, they are 9. Close and save. As query 8, we're moving back to Classera for requirement 9. Select all employees that received either average or poor performance rating and they are working in Chicago. Show the last name and performance rating from the employee table and the location table. So okay, now we need to select the last name, the first name, the performance, and the location city, which will be Chicago. Okay, and under the performance we need average, or they got average, or they are poor, they got poor, yani poor. Okay, okay, and we're going to click run. Here we got performance, poor or average, and any other cities and Chicago. So here we're having poor, they are from Atlanta, poor from Boston. We need only average and poor from Chicago. So we're gonna add here, I need just Chicago as a copy. And here in front of or, again, we're gonna add Chicago. So they are from Chicago or Chicago, so only Chicago will be selected if they are poor and if they are average. So we're having only Chicago here, and this is the answer of question number 9. Okay, for question number 10, the last one, show all employees that are managers and have received the performance rating, meaning that their performance is not empty. Show the last name, salary, performance rating, location, and possession title. Okay, by the way, number 9, he need to show the last name and the performance only. So back to this one, There is no need for the location and for the last name. If we need to hide them, we're gonna untick this one and untick this one. So we're having the first name and the performance only. Back to question number 9. He said we need to select all employees who are managers and they got a performance. So we're going to create here a query design. We need employee and possession, okay, to get the manager possession. Last name, first name, possession title, and he needs the performance. Okay, if we click run, you can see that some of the employees didn't take like a performance, يعني rating, average, good or bad. First of all, we're gonna filter the possession by manager. Okay, run. So we got all managers and we need to delete Marlene who didn't get any performance. To do that, هي actually meaning there is no empty, meaning I don't need the empty, I need all of them except the empty. Do you remember all cities except Kari? So not empty, this is not, the sign here is not, okay, and empty meaning there is nothing, or no text meaning empty quotation. Remember, any text should be written within any text should be written in between quotations. So having empty quotations meaning no text written. Run. We got all of them except the one who doesn't have a performance rate. Okay, after you finish, yes, after finishing the requirements, you need to close this one, and I'm having it in the downloads. You need to get back this one, you need to upload it to Classera to resubmit your quiz or resubmit the revision if you're gonna answer the revision. And again, the revision is not graded, it's only for you to remember how to answer in the quiz.